Hi. Hello. Welcome to Mindfulness for Little Calm Day 4. We're going to talk about a little bit about getting comfortable and the importance of getting comfortable and the importance of repetition. So, generally speaking, when people do practice, we ask you to do it sitting up. We do that because when you're sitting, it's a really open position for the lungs, and you breathe more freely when you're sitting. Anyone who's ever suffered from any breathing conditions, anyone who's ever had any catarrh or chest infections, you know that sitting up, it's much easier to breathe than it is when you're lying down. So as we're following our breathing rhythm, we want to give our lungs the greatest chance possible to move as freely as possible. So we do it sitting up, so our chest opens. Now, you can also do it kneeling down. There are particular kneeling stools and cushions that you can use for doing mindfulness and meditation practices. If you want to look up, mindfulness or meditation stools or cushions, you'll find lots. You can also do it sitting cross-legged. Now, as most Europeans find, sitting cross-legged doesn't tend to suit us. It certainly doesn't suit me. As a middle-aged, balding fat man, I may increasingly look like Buddha, but I cannot sit like the Buddha does. I am much better in a standing position or a sitting position, or occasionally in a lying position. Now, lying positions generally we discourage because very much in the early stages of when you're doing the practice, you're much more likely to fall asleep. Your body is key to the idea that when you lie down, you are going to sleep. You've had a lifetime experience, hopefully, of going to sleep when you lie down. So if that's the case, then lying down to start with is kind of to be avoided. However, if you are an insomniac or you suffer with sleep problems of some description, then actually doing another practice in the day just as you're going to sleep as a way of calming the body to help you sleep, really good thing to do. Now, it is also the case, though, that sometimes we are more agitated than others. And as much as we would like to sit in a chair comfortably and do our practice, we just can't. We know we can't bring ourselves to do that. We can't seem to settle. And when that's the case, sometimes changing position can help. So sometimes it can be go and sit somewhere different in the house. Don't sit where you usually expect to sit calmly to do it. Go and sit somewhere else to do it. Go and sit outside to do it if it's warm enough. Go and sit in the car to do it if you'd like. Or there's a good position I can give you to do it at home, which is good for your back. And because it's an unusual position to be in, you're really unlikely to fall asleep. And again, it can help the system relax. So as we get tense and as we spend too long on sitting down at TVs and computers and in the car driving, our lower back gets quite tight. That also puts pressure on our cervical area and thoracic area, top of the back. And there's a great passive stretch to help you relax. And to do that, I've got a piece of paper, would be, I should have prepared, clearly. So, to do this, get a chair. Yes, that is a chair. Get a chair and then lie down so that your head is there, your back, hips, knees, your shins and your feet. And the important thing about this exercise is that this angle and this angle are both 90 degrees. It's a position that takes all the pressure off the lower lumbar area of the back here and helps you relax. And because it's an unusual position, it can be a really good one to get people to settle into. And sometimes settle into for doing a 10 or 15 minute practice or 20-minute practice rather than just a short one. The chair sometimes will need to be sideways on, depending on the length of your shin. You might push against the back because it's important to keep these angles 90 degrees. Likewise, you might want to put a cushion on there to get the height right. I don't know why, looking at it like this, I want to draw I don't know if that shows my age, but they used a lot of these at school. What's that? Mexico on bicycle? Or Mexican cooking a fried egg? These may be racist now. Anyway, getting distracted. So try that position. It's a really good position for relaxing the spine, taking pressure off the spine, and you can do it as you're doing your breathing practice. Now, it's really important with any of these practices that you repeat. So we have done, this is the day 4, so we've done 4 of these, and hopefully people have done it most days. And it's really, really important that we repeat. So if you do exercise, you don't expect to do exercise once in a month and get fitter. You'd expect to do exercise 2 or 3 times a week to get fitter. With your diet, if you're changing your diet, whether you're dieting or whether you want to eat a healthier diet, having a healthy day today is not enough for the month. You can't have one day where you eat really well for the month. You have to do it regularly. So repetition is really, really important. So I encourage people to just find a space and a way of relaxing into this as a practice and just starting to build up repetition and understanding that repetition is one of the most important aspects of this. Okay, so we're going to carry on. We're going to do another practice now. So for today, I'm not going to ask you to try a different position, but again, do try that position if you get a chance. So for today, if you're sitting comfortably and you make sure you're warm and settled, then we'll move on and allow you to move your attention to your feet. Put your attention in your feet and notice how your feet feel. And then I'd like you to close your eyes and really strengthen that sense of connection to your feet. Really be aware of how your feet feel on the floor. Fully notice how your feet are feeling. And then I'd like you to draw your attention up to your knees and notice how your knees feel today. Notice how warm they feel or cool. Notice the sensation of any fabrics on your knees. And really take a moment to notice how your knees feel. Then draw your attention up to your seat. Be aware of your posture as you're sitting. Feel what it's like to be sitting. Then allow your attention to move to your low back. Notice how your low back feels. Then allow your attention to move to your mid-back and notice how your mid-back feels. Then allow your attention to move to your upper back and allow yourself to be aware of your upper back and notice how that area feels. And then allow your attention to move to your shoulders. Be aware of your shoulders and all of your shoulders, the front part of your shoulders, the top part of your shoulders, and the back part of your shoulders. And just really notice how your shoulders feel. And then let your attention move to your arms. Notice how your arms feel as they hang at the side of your body. And then allow your attention to move to your hands. And notice how your hands feel. Notice the connection they make to each other. And then allow your attention to move to your head. Notice how your head feels as it rests on your shoulders. And then allow your attention to go to your breath. Just notice your breath and notice the rhythm of your breath. And allow it to hold your attention as you breathe in and out. Don't try and change your breath. Don't try and breathe more deeply or more slowly. Just notice your breath. Just follow your breath. Just let your attention ride your breath as you breathe in and as you breathe out. breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And just keep following that cycle of your breath, following that rhythm of your breath as it enters and leaves your body. Go with the flow. And if you get distracted by external sounds, like the helicopter I can hear here, don't worry about it. Just notice you've been distracted and then draw your attention back to your breath and pick it up wherever it was and carry on. There's a real flow to your breath. There's a real cycle. You can feel that rocking action of your breath as you breathe in and as you breathe out. As you breathe in and as you breathe out. Feel yourself being held by your breath. Feel yourself being rocked by your breath as you breathe in and as you breathe out. And if you got distracted by thoughts or sounds, when you're distracted, just notice you're distracted and then draw your attention back to your breath. Pick up your breath wherever you left it, whether it was on an in-breath or an out-breath. Just pick up your breath. Follow your breath as you breathe in and as you breathe out. Feel yourself being carried by that breath as you breathe in and as you breathe out. Enjoy the cycle of your breath. Feel the warmth of your breath. Enjoy that cycling of your breath. Enjoy that nurturing of your breath as it carries you as you breathe in and as you breathe out. Just following your breath in and out. And as we come towards the end of the practice, with your eyes still closed, allow your attention to go back to your head. And notice how your head feels. Notice how the front of your head feels. Notice how your face feels. Then take a moment to notice how the sides of your head feel. And then the back of your head. And just as a whole, notice how your head feels. Then allow your attention to move down to your shoulders. Notice how your shoulders feel. The front parts of your shoulders, the top parts of your shoulders, the back of your shoulders. Notice how settled they feel. Just notice that sensation of how your shoulders feel. And then allow your attention and focus to move to your arms. Notice how they hang from your shoulders. Notice how settled your arms feel as they rest against your body or against whatever surfaces they're against. Just notice that connection as you breathe in and as you breathe out. And then let your focus and attention move to your hands. Really allow yourself to feel how your hands feel. Be aware of the weight of your hands and the warmth of your hands. Be aware of the sensation of any things that your hands are resting against. Just allow yourself to be aware of how your hands feel. And then allow your attention to move to your upper back and notice how your upper back feels. And allow yourself to be aware of your upper back. And then allow your awareness to move to your mid-back and notice how your mid-back feels. And then allow your attention to move to your lower back and notice how your lower back feels. And then let your attention move to your seat. And really feel how settled your seat feels, how it's supporting part of your body, how settled it feels and how steady it feels as the weight of your body settles through that area. And just notice how stable that is. And then allow your attention to move to your knees and notice how your knees feel. And then allow your attention to move to your feet. Allow yourself to be aware of your feet and how they are resting, any sensations in the feet, and the steadiness of your feet. And as we come towards the end of the practice, you can open your eyes when you're ready. Always the hardest bit to judge that, as I can't see how long it takes people to open their eyes. So, as I say, my suggestion is do another 10 minutes today if you can. It's just a good way of getting more familiar with the practice. Have a go at, not next to a bicycle, have a go at this position if you can manage it. Make sure you're not going to be disturbed. Like say, do it for 10 minutes again. It's a really good experience. And just kind of settle with the idea that it's repetition that's going to be really important. Repetition and repetition and repetition. So thank you for that, and I'll see you again. Bye-bye.